What's your pain tolerance as an entrepreneur? See, if you go around and ask anybody, everybody's gonna say that they want freedom of time, they want freedom of income, and they want to scale and everything. But one thing that you have to do is you have to be willing to pay the price. You have to be willing to sacrifice, especially at the beginning, right? You have to be willing to pay the price. You have to have high pain tolerance, right? So you have to test yourself. How long and how hard are you willing to take punishment, right? This is the only way that you can have a chance to achieve or come close to any kind of success. If you are able to absorb pain like a sponge, right? Absorb the pain of rejection, absorb the pain of people not showing up on time, absorb the pain of follow-up failures, this, that. But eventually, right? 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20, right? It's a numbers game. 1 out of 20 are gonna say yes. 1 out of 20 are gonna go with you. 1 out of 20 are gonna come along. One out of and as these ones keep going throughout the months and throughout the years, and you never give up. You keep going, right? You keep doing, you structure your work, late nights, early mornings, right? You push through 2 hours instead of finishing at 9 p.m. and watching Netflix, right? Even if you're tired, you push through until 12 a.m. and 1 a.m., right? A few extra paragraphs to send, a few extra this, that, one follow up from here, one follow up from there, right? And then it starts to accumulate. It starts to eventually make sense. But you have to be willing to develop the ability to handle pain, handle pressure, right? Now, how much of this is born versus made, that's another argument, right? But I believe everyone can practice, right? I was very bad at this when I started. And you just have to practice, right? Nobody was Mr. Olympia when they started to go to the gym. But eventually, as the days go by, as the months, as everything, as you improve, right? Eventually, it starts to show momentum. It shows some sort of results, right? And then based on that result, you're able to scale more, right? So this is it. I hope you have a high pain tolerance, but it's always a practice. You can always increase your tolerance for uncertainty, and this is a sacrifice that you have to do in order to achieve any form of success, achieve freedom, and become financially free, and yeah.